Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and in this video we're going to go over the state of my watch collection at the end of 2024. And I'm not going to go over all my watches, just kind of where I want the collection to be, where I want it to end up. With that said, I did sell a bunch of watches this year. I won't say the exact amount. It's kind of embarrassing, the number of watches that I sold. And then when I calculated how much money I had into those watches, I had to do it more than once. I couldn't believe it. But anyway, let's take a look at the collection here. This is a 12 watch box. I have a few different boxes like these. I have one full of watches I received in exchange for video content. So I won't count those towards my collection. But my goal for 2025 is I want to get down to a smaller collection. Under 50 watches. I mean, that sounds like a large collection, but if you consider how many I've had and I've sold, I for sure want to get below 50. So we'll see if I can make that happen. But let's take a look at the watches that I think these are going to stay. I would like to consider this my core collection, but again, I do think about selling some of these as well. I've been thinking about selling basically all the watches on the bottom row. So maybe the top row we can consider the keepers. I don't know, everything's in flux, but this one I don't ever see myself selling. Rolex Submariner 124060, my first Rolex, and I've been wearing it a bit. You can see the scratches and scuffs on it. 904L stainless steel will definitely attract the scratches and scuffs if you're wearing them. And then I did purchase this watch this year, and those other watches I sold off definitely paid for this watch, so kind of consolidating there. And this is the watch I originally wanted. Well, not this one. I originally wanted the Explorer 39. That was discontinued. 36 came out. Just thought it was too small for me, and then I ended up buying this one used from a friend earlier this year. And I think they're actually selling for less now than when I paid for this. But it's not a big deal for me. And you can see I've been wearing this watch. Still running 70 hours power reserve, so you can kind of see which watches I've been wearing based on which ones are running in here. Omega Speedmaster, I've had this for a couple years now. Bought this one used. I've worn it, I try to wear it every Tuesday. It doesn't really work out that way, but I've probably worn it, I don't know, at least 30 times this year. Grand Seiko Snowflake, super lightweight, always kind of throw me for a loop here. Not worn this one as much as I'd like, but I don't see myself selling it. It's kind of a work of art with the dial here. And then if I shake it, maybe we can get that second hand going. You got the smooth sweep of the spring drive. Now it's going really fast right now because the balance wheel or escapement, or whatever it is, it hasn't caught up. So now you see that it's moving at a normal pace here. Just a really beautiful piece of artwork here. Tudor Black Bay 58. I've worn this a fair amount this year. You see the second hand's moving, so I did just wear this one recently. 70 hours of power reserve. This is the first luxury watch that I purchased new at retail from the authorized dealer. And I've told this story before, but in buying this watch, it allowed me to be offered this watch. At least that's what the dealer told me. I don't think he would lie about that. So I plan on keeping this around in the collection for a while. I really like the way the watch looks, and it'll be staying for a while. This one here, I recently just put it on an aftermarket bracelet. I'd like to find a factory bracelet or maybe a better bracelet. I think the factory bracelet for this actually would have the stamped links, so it's probably not any better than this bracelet. This is just a $20 bracelet from Amazon or eBay, and links actually fit pretty nicely on it for 20 bucks, and really upgrades the look. Yeah, it is a stamped clasp here, but it's how they were in the 90s from Tudor anyway. Yeah, the cool thing about this is it has a Rolex crown and the Rolex case back, Rolex case. And I like the way this watch wears. I would eventually like to get a Rolex date just, and if I do that, I don't know if this one will stay in the collection or not, but we'll see how it goes. So that is the Tudor date day from the 90s. This is a recent pickup this year. I bought this refurbished from eBay. Titanium, Citizen titanium automatic dive watch. It has the super, I think it's called super titanium coating. There is a little bit of a scuff on here. I had considered selling this. I do wear it occasionally. The bezel action is really not that good, and it's kind of slippery too. So the bezel is not all that satisfying to use on this, but it's a very lightweight watch, and it's kind of a fun watch, so I think it will stay around. Sinn U50. I'm not wearing this as much as I'd like. It's a cool watch. I did actually, I don't think I released a video on it yet, but I fixed the alignment on this. So looks, yeah, I think it's good now. Maybe a tad bit off, but it's better aligned than it used to be. You have all these little dashes here, then all the dashes on the dial, so you have a lot to line up. I'm not sure if this thing was printed exactly precisely, but it's a lot better alignment now. The bracelet's kind of a letdown. It's not really all that comfortable on the bracelet. It's not uncomfortable, but it's not really comfortable, if that makes any sense. I may upgrade the class one of these days. Actually, I'm much more of a bracelet guy. I do have some watches on straps here, but I much prefer my watches on bracelet. So, Sinn U50, real cool watch. 500 meters water resistant. It's only 11 millimeter thick. Another German watch here. This one has been on the chopping block a few times. I actually do have it listed for sale out on the forums, but I haven't bumped my listing. I like the watch. It's a cool watch. It has cool technology. It's bi-directional bezel. Dual time. I much prefer it with the timing bezel, but we have the offset English-German date. We have the hardened stainless steel, and then this is a DLC coating applied to the bezel. It's like 10 times harder than stainless steel. Ice hardened steel, anti-magnetic. A lot of technology has gone into this watch, and it looks pretty neat too. One bummer with this is the numerals. The only thing that numerals are not loomed. The only thing loomed are these little teeny tiny squares. So kind of a missed opportunity there. But I still do have it in my collection. I sold my SJE093. Similar looking watch to this, but that was much closer to the proportions of the 62 Mas. Just wasn't getting the wrist time, and like I said, I'm a bracelet guy, so I decided to sell that one off. I had this one before that, and I like this one enough to keep it in the collection. It's 1/3 the cost of the other one, so I'm okay not wearing it as much if it's not as expensive. So this is the SPB149. The bezel actually is kind of loose on it. I prefer a flat crystal, but we do have a dome crystal here. And then this is a hardened, coated stainless steel. It's not a ceramic bezel insert, even though some places have said that, and it does look that way, but it's not ceramic. Stowa Marine Original. I've had this in the collection for a while. I have it on this Artem strap, but real cool looking hand winding movement here. A little bit large for my wrist, but I can understand why, because it's based on a pocket watch movement, which is larger, so the case has to be larger to fit that movement. And it's a very neat watch. Got the heat blued steel hands here. The dial looks like it's enamel, but I don't think it actually is enamel coated. So yeah, very cool watch. Then lastly, we have here the Hamilton khaki field mechanical. I've considered selling this one a few times as well, but it's back in the box. I'm not really a fan of the NATO strap, and wearing it on a regular strap, there's too big of a gap, so I've been trying it out on this elastic strap. Looks like a no-name brand. I do have some other ones, but I just had this nearby and threw it on here, and I much prefer this watch on this strap than an actual NATO strap. So that's the main 12 watch box here. Like I said, I do still have, I have kept most of the watches sent in for review, such as this here. I don't really like selling them, so I have almost all of them. Some of the ones that I know I won't wear, I do sell, but this is a cool watch, for example, and I have at least a 12 watch box full of the watches that I receive for video content. I do have here kind of a sub collection of these watches. I kind of consider them kind of like in purgatory. I don't know if I'm going to keep them or sell them or what my plans are, so that's for me to figure out next year. But actually this one here I'm going to give to my wife for Christmas, so that will, I'm recording this before Christmas and this video will release after Christmas, so we'll see if it stays around for 2025, if she's going to want it or not. But that's my plan for this watch. Tudor Black Bay 36 on the 5-link bracelet, whatever they call it, T-fit clasp. I always think of it as my brain saying Jubilee bracelet, but also I can't call it a Jubilee bracelet because it's not Rolex. So anyway, that's my plan for that watch. This one here, cool looking watch. It's an actual super compressor case, brown with the orange. This is the one that has it's kind of a misprint. That text there is a little bit too far to the left, so I got it on a 40% off sale. Another hand winding Stowa. I don't have a Flieger. See, my brain, I keep thinking about all these little categories. Okay, I need a Flieger watch, I need a chronograph, I need a quartz, I need this, I need that. So I kind of justify what to keep in my collection. But on the other hand, I just want a small collection. So I have been wearing this watch recently. So what I'm wearing right now, SKX009. Kind of the watch that started it all for me. I've had other watches before this, but then I kind of just went crazy with buying watches after getting this one. Then I went cold for a while, started up the YouTube channel, and just bought watches like crazy. So here's another category. This is a Baltic, I believe it's an MR01, but yeah, that makes sense. Micro-rotor. This one has the micro-rotor, so here I am thinking again of reasons for keeping watches. Oh, I don't have any micro-rotors. This one's a micro-rotor, so might as well keep it. Actually, this is my second one. I had another one. I sold it. Then this one came up for sale used in the Discord group, so then I bought it. Another category watch, GMT. Well, I don't have a GMT, so let's keep this GMT even though I don't really ever wear it. But cool watch. This one's actually not a true GMT. This is an office GMT, not a traveler's GMT, and it still does have that right there, a little speck of dirt on the other side of the crystal. But meaning to send it out and have that fixed, just haven't done it. Not sure if I'm going to sell it, if I should do that before I sell it or just sell it as is. This is one of my first turtles, and it's on the Clockwork Republic fitted end link with FKM rubber strap. So not sure I'll keep it or sell it. Kind of the common theme with my watch collection. And then we have one more box to go through here. Like I said, I have a lot more watches than this, and I sold a bunch this year. Kind of a weird year for me. I sold way more than I purchased. I only bought, I believe, 5 watches this year. I sold way more than that, and hopefully that trend continues for next year. Hope to sell the same amount of watches. Just need to break down and just sell them. Okay, so we'll end this video with my Seiko sub collection, we'll call it. I do still have more Seikos than this, and I may be selling some of these as well, but we'll go through these really quickly. SNJ027 Seiko Arnie with an aftermarket steel shroud. It looks like I may need to get these under some light. Solar powered watch here. We have the Solar Tuna. Again, I thought about selling this one a few times, but it's a fun watch. I like to think of it as grab and go, but oftentimes they're not charged because I keep them in a box for 6 months or a year and then want to wear it and it's not charged. Aftermarket stainless steel shroud on this one as well. Lume is very nice on this watch. But then I do have a true tuna. I actually rebought this watch. I sold it. So a friend sold it to someone else, and then I bought it from them unknowingly that it was his watch. Then I sold it back to him. Then he had this thing refurbished. The bezel action was really bad. Had the bezel action fixed. Had it all refinished. So this thing is like new, re-loomed and everything. So very cool watch. I'm happy to have a tuna back in the collection, even though it does not get much wrist time. SBBN 007, if I didn't already say that. This is an SKX 013. I should sell this watch. I bought it used, and the previous owner put this Pepsi bezel in it. I still have the factory one somewhere. It's just too small for the height, but it's nice to have in the collection. This is the Dress KX. I have more than one of these somewhere. I have more. This is the SRPE 55. Very cool watch for the money. It's a good looking watch and wears very nicely on wrist. The factory bracelet, which I still have over there, is kind of junky, so now I have it on the Montreux Epsom leather strap. Same thing for the SBSA 113. I bought this from Japan when it first released, so now I could probably sell it for less than half of what I paid for it. So I think I'll just keep it in the collection. And it comes on the same bracelet as this one here. It's not the best bracelet, so right now I have it on, again, the Montreux Epsom leather strap. I will probably have to mark this video as a paid promotion because some of these, like this strap here I got from Divecore. I get a bunch of straps in for video presentation. And then I have these Montreux leather straps. So actually this has the Montreux FKM rubber strap. Very comfortable straps. Seiko Save the Ocean Turtle. This is the SRPE 07. And the SKX 171. Another watch I've deliberated selling for years. It's kind of a funky looking watch. Long, discontinued. And it has the factory, I don't know if I call this a rubber strap. It's a crappy strap. It's just super stiff. I mean, the straps that they used to sell on these watches, these things are terrible. I don't even know if it's silicone, but it's like rock hard. So, much better straps that we have these days. So this is a Seiko silicone strap, much better strap. But it's on the Paddy Mini Turtle, the SRPC 41. Again, another watch I don't wear. Probably should just sell. It's kind of a funky case shape. Do have the drilled lugs though. So yeah, SRPC 41. Now this one I do like a lot. This is the Slim Turtle sapphire crystal aluminum bezel insert. Wears like a dream on wrist. Looks really good on a strap due to the straight lugs here. And this again on the Montreux FKM rubber strap. I think this one will stay for a while. My only nitpick with this watch is that 4:30 date window, and it's a round date window. Two things I really don't care for. But overall, I really like the look of the watch, and it feels great on wrist, especially on this strap. Marine Master 200. I've worn this once or twice this year, so likely we'll be selling it next year in 2025. Really cool looking watch. It has the same look as the Marine Master 300. I had another one that I actually sold. No, I traded that one this year. I traded it for that damakso over there on the table, which I haven't included in my collection. I'll probably be selling this one too. So you can see I still have a lot of watches that I'm not considering in the collection. So SPB 187. Then we have the SLA 023. This is an awesome watch. It's just way too big for my 6.5 inch wrist. So I would say I wish they made a smaller version, but I mean they technically do make a smaller version, but this is still a heavy watch. I believe this is For some reason, I'm thinking it's like 187 grams, but it's also the SPB 187, so it's probably not true, but I think it's at least 180 grams, so it's a heavy watch. And I still do have a bunch of Casio G-Shocks. I probably have 10 or 15 of them. I didn't really keep track, but I have this one on the table, so it kind of reminded me of that. Most of my G-Shocks are squares. I much prefer the square G-Shock over the 6900 version, but I had to try this one out. So anyway, I went through my watches pretty quickly here. If you have any feedback, put it down in the video, below the video description. Leave a comment. Let me know if you'd like to see anything else, if you'd like to see the other watches in my collection, or any feedback. I greatly appreciate it. I also really do appreciate you guys' support, watching the videos, leaving comments, sharing the videos, and anything you can do to help me out, I greatly appreciate. Well, that will conclude this video. As always, thank you for your time, and thank you for watching.